Let's see.
There you go. It says recording.
Yeah, I see it now. Top.
Yo, we are live. How do we sound, everybody? How do we sound? Let's check in on everybody.
Let's see.
Everybody sound good? Can y'all hear us now?
Waiting. Let's see.
Let's see. Good?
I think we're good.
Yeah? Okay, sick. So
Bryce, we good? We up?
We are live.
You can hear us? We're good. We're good.
So welcome everyone to the Red Zone Show. My name is James. We have Austin and we have Peyton tonight. Talk about some football.
What's up?
A lot of great stuff going on in the world of college football these days. I do have a screen share. Let's see if we can pull that up. We'll start. Got some playoff bracket talk that we can go over. Let's see. We're still working on all this stuff. Oh, let's see. At the stage. Look at that. Look at that. Everybody can now see our lovely playoff brackets. Yeah. So let's start talking about SMU and Penn State. That game had a lot of controversy, seeing as how SMU got in over Bama. A lot of people were pretty upset about that and thought it should have been the other way around. But what do you guys think about that?
The first thing I'll say about it, SMU definitely deserved it. The only thing is that it's the first year of the playoff, which is why I think they put in the most deserving teams. Like Boise State, they went undefeated. They won their conference. But the 3 seed, I'm not sure if that's really deserving. Arizona State, they won their conference. 4 seed, I'm not really sure if that's. I know they're doing it by conference. If you win your conference, you get a bye. But if they're trying to do it by the 12 best teams, I just think those rankings are off. But when it comes to SMU, they're definitely one of the most deserving teams. But when you think about Bama, Miami, Ole Miss, South Carolina, if you're going to say that those 4 teams aren't a top 12 team, then that's just I don't agree with that. But I think that's why this first year they're doing it by who's the most deserving rather than who are the top 12 teams. So that way when SMU does get blown out or Boise State gets blown out, then they might rework the way that they do it. Yeah,
I agree. And I think too, I heard I was listening to a bunch of other, people talk about it and whatnot. And a lot of them think that, maybe next year when they do it again, maybe there needs to be a reseeding after the first round, like kind of like a re-rank. Because what you're going to have, like if you look at it, there's going to be some weird matchups when you get to that second round of playoffs. You turn Clemson, you put Clemson in, who's the 16th best team in the nation, and you have Texas playing them, and then they're going to go and play Arizona State in the second round. And then look, as a Texas team, I'm pretty happy, getting yourself on that 5 seed,
rewarding them for losing the SEC championship.
Right, exactly. And I think that's, another talk of like championships even matter, that kind of deal. But like, I think at some point we have to go back to the drawing board, the committee does, and figure out a better way to seed them, because I just think the seeding is a little off. Like you can't have the 5 seed benefiting that much from playing the 12 seed, when in reality you should have the number 1 seed be where Arizona State is. You know what I mean? Like Oregon should be up there. Oregon should be rewarded for being the number 1 best team in college football. If you're going to reward anybody,
probably one of the harder second round matchups.
Right. Exactly. And I think it's a little bit backwards. I think if you're if you're a lower ranked seed, I think you should play your way in. Plain and simple. You shouldn't get an easy route. You should be able to play your way in. That's the same deal happens with March Madness, if I'm not correct, right? There's a little bit of like a play-in type deal. You're not just like rewarded for whatever. But I think that was like a good decision for like the outlook of the college football playoff in the future. But I think what's going to happen, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and do a little bit better on the seeding. Like I don't know, like Bama, you can't go and lose the games you're not supposed to. Like you
That's
shouldn't
right.
be
That's true.
rewarded for losing the games you're supposed to win. You should have beat Vandy. You should have beat Tennessee. If you guys were better, you should have won. So I think in that regard, you have to look at it in that way. But
well, I think a lot of the reason why most people are getting upset that the fact that SMU is even in the playoffs is because I don't think they beat a single ranked opponent this year. I think I think their biggest wins were like Duke. Who else? I know Duke has won. Louisville, and they beat Florida State, but I don't really think you could call that Pitt. Yeah. But Bama went what 9-3 against ranked teams.
That was their overall record. I don't know what their record was against ranked teams.
Oh.
So Vanderbilt was not ranked. Tennessee was ranked, and they lost. I think. I wonder if
was Oklahoma ranked
No.
when they beat them? I didn't think so.
Or they lost to Oklahoma 3-, and that's the other loss too. Is like you can't go out and lose the blowout fashion to Oklahoma.
Yeah. It warrants the question though. What are these teams benefiting by playing harder teams? Because Boise State, their toughest matchup is UNLV, and they get a first round bye.
Yeah,
I don't think that's it's kind of like all right, why don't we all just schedule terrible teams and then beat the crap out of every single team, and just so that way we guarantee to get in.
No, I think that's a good point too. I want to look down here. Oh,
whoa!
You gotta love ESPN ads, guys. You gotta love ESPN ads.
James, what's going on?
What the heck? Okay, so okay. So ignore that. We'll go down to Indiana, Notre Dame, because I think I have a pretty interesting take on Notre Dame, because to me, Notre Dame, I think shouldn't have gotten an 11-1. Like their one loss was to Northern Illinois.
But you're saying you don't think they should have gotten in the playoffs because of that one loss?
No, I don't think they should have gotten in the playoffs because of that loss, and because also I think all these other teams play an extra game. You know what I mean? Like who earn their trip to their championship game, and they play an extra game. When you look at it, it's like Notre Dame chose to not play a championship, chose to not play a 13th game. I don't think they should be rewarded for losing to Northern Illinois. And, barely, they won, but the teams that they played weren't like the best of the best.
Right.
I get that. I get that argument, but they dominated everybody after that loss. They dominated everybody. SMU lost to BYU. Georgia went into 8 overtimes with Georgia Tech. Beat Kentucky by 1 point. Every team had just an ugly game this year.
No, that's true. You're right.
I think Notre Dame's a top 12 team. I don't know if they should be number 7. Maybe they should be more on the 11 or 10 side rather than hosting a first round game. But I definitely think they're a top 12 team. That's
fair. No, yeah, I agree, because I guess also like when you look at it, I'm trying to think of who else. So like Indiana, Indiana's going to get to prove.
Right.
When they play Notre Dame, are they legit or not? We watched them play Ohio State, and I think Ohio State may not be as good as people think they are, but I think Indiana played them as best as they could. And I think if Indiana wants to play with the big boys and be 11-1 and get in the playoffs, they'll get a chance to play to do that against Notre Dame. But no, that'll be an interesting game too. I'm excited for that game. That should be a snowy game, hopefully.
Me too. That's what
it's going to be dope.
Out of all the first round teams that Indiana could have matched up with, I think Notre Dame is the one that I would want to see them match up with the most.
Yeah, I think so too. I think what they did well is that if you look at it, they're really, besides the Ohio State and Tennessee matchup, there really isn't doesn't look like there's going to be a track record of another replay of another game from the season. Like putting Indiana here instead of with Penn State, you make it to where there's not a Big Ten matchup again.
Right, like down the
I
road
think
too.
that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And I would rather see a conference rematch in the quarter, in the semifinals. Like that makes sense to me because if those are really the best 4 teams left, that makes sense. You have two Big Ten teams and 2 SEC teams. Whatever. I know that's not gonna happen, but I'm just saying like in that regard.
James, I want to know your opinion on what's your? Do you think SMU should be in at all? Or do you both of you guys lean more to the teams that deserve it the most should be in the playoff, or do y'all lean more to the 12 best teams should be in the playoff?
I don't know. I don't want to say that's a hard question because it's really not. But you look at Alabama. They lost to Vanderbilt, they lost to Oklahoma, and they lost to Tennessee. Which, granted, Tennessee was not necessarily a good loss, but they're a good team. But when you lose to unranked Vanderbilt and unranked Oklahoma, I don't really know if you can call yourself a top 12 team because it wasn't like those 3 losses came from the beginning of the season. It was a full season kind of thing. They lost to Vandy like week 4 or 5, and then Tennessee 2 weeks after that, I think, and then they just lost to Oklahoma like 2.5, 3 weeks ago. So it's not like this is an early season struggle kind of thing. It's a full season kind of struggle. And I don't know if that's coming from Jalen Milroe or if that's a Kalen DeBoer issue or if it's just a team morale issue. I have no idea. But if we're going off of who deserves it, I think SMU should have got in over Alabama.
I think so too. And
okay.
I think what the committee may have looked at a lot was how well are teams playing at the end of the stretch. Like the most important month in college football is November. If Bama went out and lost to Oklahoma towards the end of the season, you as a team, you should be playing your best football in November.
Right.
And I kind of agree with that. If we're gonna look at bad losses, let's look at the month of November and late October of bad losses. Let's look at those rivalry games. Let's look at those top ranked games towards the end of the season. I think that's what the committee did well was they looked at those teams who were playing bad in the last couple games. And they were like, nah, that's not right. You shouldn't get in at 9-3 over an 11-2 SMU. And I think the funniest team in this bracket is Clemson because you have the 16th best team sliding in with their little slimy fingers in at the 12th seed. Like, what are they doing? You lose to South Carolina. You have Beamer ball playing at an all-time high. Like if you were gonna give any best November team, let's say whatever. Like if there was a world where maybe South Carolina got in over SMU, like I don't think as a football fan I would be upset about that because you look at what South Carolina is doing right now, and like at the end of the season, I mean, you beat Clemson, who's the ACC champion. You beat who else did they beat? I can't remember.
Texas A&M.
They beat Texas A&M, and they beat them in solid fashion. I mean, you had no doubts when they were playing that game. So I think in that regard, you have to. I think South Carolina would be the only team at 9-3 where I think looking towards the end of the season, if you're going to reward a team for playing well, and honestly, I think that's going to happen if we go to a 14 team. I think this year, if we went to a 14-team playoff, South Carolina would slide in, and I think that would be. I think that would be a great spot. I think they would slide in over Bama. You have to put them in a 14-team playoff.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
But unfortunately,
unfortunately,
we don't have that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what's next on our list. Let's see.
You got Army, Navy.
Oh yeah, Army, Navy. How much research did y'all do on Army, Navy?
Absolutely
zero.
The snow. I
did a good bit. I did a good bit.
Okay. Let's hear from Austin first and see if we can't go off of what Austin said.
Both teams play a very similar style of football. The quarterbacks do a lot of running. I think the quarterbacks for both teams lead rushing and passing. This matchup is the best both teams have been record-wise going into the matchup. They have a combined 19 wins going into the matchup, which is the most they've ever had in their matchup. Just a little bit of a don't want to sound like a degenerate, but a little bit of a gambling side of things. They have Army at -6.5. I just don't see it. I don't see it. They played a similar schedule. They kind of put up similar scores against similar teams. And in that kind of game, it's just like a rivalry game. I mean, you saw what Georgia and Georgia Tech did.
Right.
All those rivalry games. I don't think it's going to be a touchdown game. I think it comes down to a field goal, and I could see Navy even winning
I agree.
that thing. So,
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I would definitely take. So you're saying you would take Navy to cover, or are you saying you're going to take Navy outright?
I would take them to cover. I'm not confident enough to say they're going to win.
I don't think they were
going
to win, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely think they'd cover 6.5.
Yeah. That's
maybe,
what I think.
And I think I would bet probably my paycheck if that crap slides to 7. You know, like if that slides to 7, I'm all in.
If they'll give me a touchdown, and then I'll bet the house on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I will too. We'll go over that later in the video. We'll go over to the bet the house hat later. But no, Peyton, you have anything on Army Navy?
The only thing I know about Army Navy is that their quarterback leads all quarterbacks in rushing, and I think also said passing too. But
I think it's if it snows, it's gonna be one of the best Army Navy games ever.
Is it supposed to snow?
If you can get it,
I don't know what the over under is on that game, but if it snows,
where are they playing?
Go ahead and put about 20 units on it on the under.
I was about to say I'm gonna bet my house on it.
Don't bet the house, bet your house. Bet your own house on it.
Where are they playing at? I want to know where they're playing. I'm not even sure. They're playing in Maryland. They're playing in Maryland. That'll be
Over-under's at
interesting.
40.
Over-under's at 40.
Yeah. If it doesn't snow, I would probably
that.
take the over. You're gonna take under on that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a smash mouth rushing the ball. They're just going to go back and forth, kick field goal, back and forth, kick field goal. Because I remember one of the best Army Navy games I ever watched was I don't know, a couple of years, 4 years ago. And all they did for the first 3 quarters were trade field goals back and forth. And it was one of those each of them are running the ball really well, but they can't throw it because it's snowing. And so they're just going to hand it off every time. But the defense knows what they're doing, so they're not getting anywhere. And so they slowly, methodically move the ball down the field, kick a field goal, And so I think
they play a very similar style of football.
They do, and I think when you see similar styles of football, depending on what style, if you see similar run, if you have a couple teams who run the same, run the same way, through the tackles and through the guards, and they do that all the time, you see a lot of low scoring games.
Yeah,
because the defense, it already knows what that is. Each opponent's defense plays against that style of offense every day in practice. So the defense isn't taken off guard. So I don't know. I think Army Navy will be a good game. Thankfully, we have some football to watch here in the colder months.
Yeah, and they put it it's at 3 p.m. Eastern too, so that's perfect timing. Not too early in the day. You have to wait all day for it.
That's tomorrow too, isn't it?
Yep, that is tomorrow. Yep.
Sorry, guys. So I have a buddy who used to play at Penn State, and I'm trying to get him to come join the stream with us. So I'm gonna see if I can't get him to come in and join.
All right.
But let's see. Let's. You want to jump to the next topic real fast?
Yeah, I was gonna say we can talk about the transfer portal.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, start us off, Peyton. You wanted to talk about it so bad. You just had to talk about it.
It's just the next topic. I did see that earlier today. I think Samuel and Pemba, he entered the transfer portal today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
What team was he on? Well, was he was at Georgia, right? He was back at Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he was the backup behind, I think, Michael Williams. And the reason, if I had to guess why he transferred, it's probably because I think Georgia just got the number 1 DN in the country.
Right.
And
oh, really?
Yeah. And I don't know who would have played in front of him. I'm confused why he transferred. It's the same thing with Nitro Tuggle. I don't know why he would have transferred. I know he's back now, but
the thing is about Nitro. This is just what I think.
See Kirby Smart.
You gonna go or?
I'll go. Yeah, I don't see Kirby Smart starting a true freshman, because I mean we know he doesn't do that. Starting a true, besides KJ Bolden, I guess, but starting true freshman. I think what is it? Elijah Griffin? Is that the edge or is that the D tackle?
Dude, I have no idea.
All right,
I'm not
whatever.
gonna
We'll say it's him then. No, I don't know. I don't know why he would
elite ball knowledge over here.
Yeah. I don't know why he would have transferred though, just because I don't see anybody playing in front of him. I don't even know who's on the depth chart other than Michael Williams and Samuel and Bemba.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing is about Georgia is they just out recruit everybody on everything. So that, I mean, I'm just guessing. This is no way. This could be accurate. This could be not accurate. But if I had to guess on why these players are transferring, it's probably because they probably have some elite prospect coming in, not only this year, but probably years after that and years after that. So it's kind of like you got to look who you're up against, not just tomorrow, but next year too. And it's kind of like why would I even risk the competition when I can go somewhere else?
Yeah, no, and I mean with the way the NIL is, you have to wonder if somebody offered him, a gigantic offer.
Well, that's my thing with Nitro is. What did he entered the transfer portal on Monday or so, and then by yesterday he decided he was staying. Yeah. I don't. That's the one thing that I don't understand is Georgia leads the country in drops. The receivers obviously couldn't catch anything if they had honey all over their hands, but yet he still decides that he wants to transfer out when he would obviously be starting next year. I think the whole thing with him choosing to enter the transfer portal was just a way of him saying, "Pay me more money." And I'll stay. Because as soon as you can't make a decision like that in 2 days. I mean, he didn't even visit anywhere. As soon as you get the transfer portal, they were probably saying, hey, we'll give you X amount of money. Just stay. He's like, all right, fine. He's going to start next year.
Yeah. No, I can see that because I don't think anybody in the receiving room right now is going to stay. I know Dylan Bell's not going to stay. Dominic Lovett, I think he's on his last year. I think Dylan Bell's also on his last year. And Arian Smith,
I don't know. I think Dylan Bell's a redshirt junior. If I'm not mistaken. I think Dylan Bell has another year. London Humphreys has another year. I think where you see Nitro slide in is the 4 spot behind Anthony Evans, and I think Anthony Evans and him will trade spots. But I think too, you'll see what happened with AD Mitchell is, Nitro Tuggle will kind of elevate himself above everyone else. So I think Kirby and Mike Bobo are going to have to put him in over some of the other people. I think it has to be that way. I do have a couple. I pulled up the transfer portal from 247 Sports. This is not my reporting by any means. Thank you, 247 Sports, for freely letting me use
Just had to clarify. James did not make this website.
I did not make this website, and I do not support T-Mobile. This is not free marketing by any means. Okay. So Eric Singleton, that receiver from Georgia Tech, I've seen a lot of stuff on Instagram and things that Georgia is sort of kind of in the mix for him, which I think going back to that wide receiver conversation, I think that opens the door for, like maybe Peyton said, some of those people leaving, maybe not leaving for the NFL, but leaving the team and transferring in the spring. Because remember, there's one more window in the spring where if Nitro doesn't get on the field, he might leave. Like we saw with Dominic Robinson. Was that his name? Is that number 16? I can't remember his name, but he transferred to Auburn and then played like crap and never did anything. But one of those guys. What's another? I want to see where. Okay, so Luke Crow, I don't even know how to say his last name. Luke Cromanhook or whatever the heck.
What's up with Florida State and having quarterbacks that you can't pronounce their last name? I mean, even Boston College guy, I can't say his last name.
Castellanos.
Oh, okay, you can say that name. What's DJ's last name?
I can say his name too. I don't know what Austin's.
Ugi Ungale?
No, Uwe
Ungale.
Yeah.
You just call him a ukulele. That's all I just call him the ukulele. So also down here, Dan Key, from Kentucky. He's also been kind of pointed towards Georgia. Look at our boy Prime getting some Alabama recruits. That's great. That is very cool.
Who is that?
I think
His name
Prime's
is
gonna.
Jaheim Otis. Jaheim
What?
Otis.
Yeah. Say his name, Peyton. You can't. Exactly. Jaheim Otis.
Otis, yeah, that's probably the last name.
I don't even think he played much this year. I want to get down to where is he? Okay, Malik Murphy. That was somebody I kind of thought about.
Bear Alexander.
That'll be interesting because, again, there you go. Another one of those guys who doesn't like where he's at and transfers again.
Well, I think Bear Alexander. Keep going.
No. What were you saying, Payne?
I was just going to say I might be mistaken, and I could be wrong, but I'm just going to put it out there that I think I saw something that said at USC he had total 2 sacks, and that's it. Like nothing else. I think
he is a DT, right?
Well,
I don't think they get that many.
Yeah, but like he doesn't have. I don't think he has any tackle for loss, any total tackles. I don't know. I just saw something, and it may have only been this year, but I know he had 2 of something and nothing else.
Do you guys know how they rank this star system for these transfers? Is it the same star they were in high school? Because Connor Weigman is not a 4-star player. I don't know if that's just my opinion. But
I think coming out of high school, he was a 5-star, if I'm not mistaken, and they dropped him down to a 4-star. It's by this number right here, this long like decimal point.
Okay,
that's what they rank it off of, and they rank it. I think they rank it off of the how they're playing right now. Dang, Julian Humphrey, you hate to see it, man. You hate to see it.
I mean,
but he wasn't going to play, and Ellis Robinson's behind him, so
yeah,
it's just one of those things.
What's you guys' thoughts on Weigman to Houston?
I'll be completely honest. I had no clue that he transferred to Houston until right now.
I think it's kind of funny, to be honest with you. Like, Connor Weigman was supposed to be this like insane recruit coming out of high school, and he gets on the field at Texas A&M and he plays great for 1 game, 2 games in the season, and then after that he's just kind of not there.
Well, didn't he get injured, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Yeah, well he just can't. Yeah, and that was the other thing, was you just can't stay on the field. He can't be healthy. He can't stay healthy. So
either way, it'll
be interesting to see because
the transfer. I mean, you leave a team that you were 1 game away from the SEC championship. You know, like you were essentially 1 game away from the playoffs.
Marcel Reed.
What is that?
So that's the quarterback that played over him while he was hurt and who led them to
who Marcel Reed is.
Oh, I do know. Yeah. I remember Marcel Reed now. I thought Marcel rattled off a random name for a second. I thought he couldn't hear me.
Yeah. Guitar string, right?
Yeah.
Some random person. Yeah, so you have Marcel Reed who, plays way better than him and gives Texas A&M another fist in the run game type deal. So it's like, what are you going to do? You're not going to get on the field. Might as well transfer, but it's just kind of funny. You see him going to a lower level school like Houston, where
I don't know if his weapons are going to. Was he playing that bad before he got injured?
I didn't think he was. Last time I looked at it, he wasn't playing great, but he wasn't playing awful.
Well, when did they start Marcel Reed? When did they do that?
Who is that? No.
Oh gosh, it wasn't. Oh yeah, I did my research. I obviously did my research on Marcel Reed. I don't even know.
I don't know. I mean, the only reason I ask is just because if they started Marcel Reed while he was injured and he did better than Connor Weigman, whatever, then it would make sense for him to transfer. But if he just got straight benched for Marcel Reed, then again, it still makes sense for him to transfer. But if he was playing good and then he got injured and then they just put Marcel Reed in and didn't put Connor Weigman back on the field, that's where I kind of see Austin's point in why transfer, just because it's like the same thing with Samuel and Pimba. I mean, if somebody's actually better, then they'll start over you. But I mean, truthfully, like I said, I I didn't pay attention to A&M that much this year. I don't really know what all they did and what the significance of their season was, but
The
I don't know.
significance.
I just don't understand the transfer, especially in Houston.
No, the significance of their season is continuing the good old meme of Texas 8-4. I mean, they're playing so good, and then 8-4 again. They somehow
they did.
South Carolina broke them.
Yeah, I love Beamer. Gotta love Beamer, man. He's got nothing. He's got everything to play for, but he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
so it's a good mentality for.
I want them to be good. I want South Carolina to be good. I would.
Yeah, I do too.
That they became dominant.
I would be.
I remember the days of when Georgia was just okay, and they play South Carolina all the time, and South Carolina would beat them when they had Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, they were dangerous. Am I
tripping? Is that his name?
Yeah, Marshawn Lattimore. I thought you were talking about Tyrann Mathieu for a second. I was about to say he went to LSU, but I know who you mean.
Hold on, I might be thinking of the wrong guy. I'm definitely thinking of the wrong guy.
You're thinking of Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney?
No, yes, Clowney, but they had a running back. South Carolina had a running back in like 2012, 2013. That was he ran all over Georgia every year.
Just a bowling ball. I know you were talking about. He's just a bowling ball.
Well, I'm gonna find him now. Now I'm determined because as soon as I said Marshawn Lattimore, I was like, that's not right. It's not right. South Carolina.
There's Mike Davis.
Marcus Lattimore. Is that who I said? I said Marshawn Lattimore.
Marcus Lattimore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marcus Lattimore.
I was like, I thought Marshawn Lattimore went to. I don't even know where he went to. I thought he went to like Bama.
I'm pretty sure he went to Bama.
I don't know why I think he went.
I'm pretty sure he went to Bama. And he's a cornerback.
Yeah.
He might have to Ohio State.
Let's see what.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't know.
Ohio State. I think.
Who knows?
I don't know where Marshawn Lattimore went to play. All right, let's see. What's next? What else can we talk about?
Thomas Castellanos.
I want to talk about that too, and also Jackson Arnold.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know what to say.
I don't even see where he is,
other than the fact that I think I don't think it's really a thing. I think a lot of people agree, but Lane Kiffin. Do y'all think Lane Kiffin intentionally stat padded Jackson Arnold for like the first half of the season to try and get him the Heisman?
You're thinking of the wrong guy.
You're thinking Dart, right?
Oh, wait, who is this? Jackson Arnold? Oh, I'm thinking of Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Who is Jackson Arnold?
Jackson Arnold.
No, you're not stupid. Dude, comments get them.
Jackson Arnold
comments, guys.
was the
I'm gonna know who
Oklahoma quarterback. The Oklahoma quarterback, number 11.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. Because they were talking that he was going to come to Georgia. Okay.
Flame that man. Yeah. Flame that casual.
I know, bro. I know who that is. I know who Marcel Reed was.
That's true, but that's not Jackson Arnold. That's not Jackson Arnold.
Okay, but Marcel Reed is probably less distinguishable than Jackson Arnold.
That's exactly what I mean. I didn't know. I knew who Jackson Arnold is. And I didn't know the guy that is unknowable.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
I hope you had fun today because you're not coming back. You're not coming back.
I just need to do some research. That's it.
Well, okay. We'll pivot over to Thomas Castellanos for Peyton. For Peyton's sake.
No, we can talk about Jackson Arnold.
Bro.
I'm just messing with Peyton.
No, I mean
talk about Jackson Arnold because I actually didn't know about this.
All that I know about Jackson Arnold, I'll be honest. If you want me to be completely transparent, I found out who he was at about 1:30 today when I was going over what the list said. So
okay, yeah,
I just want to put that out there. But I read that he was linked to Auburn and Mississippi State.
Yeah, so his offensive coordinator, what is it, at Oklahoma, is now the coach of Mississippi State. I think I'm correct on that. Don't quote me, but I think that's where the connection is. And Mike Elko, right? Elko? No, I don't know. Okay, I'm being a casual. Hold on.
Dude, we're
but
having some
basically-
casual moments on this thing.
Comments.
Yeah.
Get him in the comments. Blame him. Get him, chat.
But
Yeah, that's
the
what-
part I wanted to talk about was so Jackson Arnold was the reason why Dylan Gabriel transferred, right? And they
Right,
kicked
okay,
Dylan Gabriel
okay.
out. So I think it's really weird that they're kind of doing it again because the guy behind Jackson Arnold was playing pretty well and like in like the Arkansas game or the Tennessee game, he came in and like did a bunch of crazy stuff. But then like Jackson Arnold goes and beats Bama and like runs it all
Yeah.
over Bama. So in my opinion, it's one of those again, another like weird transfer portal leave that doesn't make sense unless there's something going wrong at Oklahoma, which
Yeah.
as an offensive player, do you want to go play at Oklahoma? Not with their offense right now. I don't want to go
Lincoln
over there.
Riley is no
I'd rather
longer there.
do what? Yeah, exactly. Lincoln Riley does not exist there anymore.
Yeah.
So that's all I really want to talk about. Jackson Arnold was it's weird that again history is repeating itself and he's getting kind of sort of kicked out.
Well, he was another guy. That got injured early in the season, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got banged up there for a little while. But I think would be really cool would be if you freeze. What?
Austin's.
No, I'm just messing with Peyton. That's my fault. That's my fault.
I thought there was somebody in the comments flaming Peyton.
They're
Should be
probably
flaming you.
Yeah, probably. I deserve it though. I definitely deserve some flaming. I need another water, dude. I keep voice cracking. That's what else I need.
Hey, first episode. We're just getting the jitters.
Yeah,
No,
We
yeah.
can be casual today.
Yeah, it might be a
Yeah, we
collective
can, but-
30,000 people that see.
Right.
30K.
There's 3. It's more people than I thought there would be.
Well, there's 3 people. I know 2 of them.
Dude, I thought we were going to be talking to an empty room. If I want to be completely honest with you.
There's 3 people. I know 2 of them. That's funny. Someone educate me on Ty Thompson. Who was that?
He was. I did a lot of research on this today, and this is another one that I don't
Tulane
understand
guy,
the
right?
transfer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tulane.
Tulane guy, but
Tulane?
he was behind Mensa. I think is how you pronounce the quarterback that was starting there, but he was a freshman. Mensa was at Tulane, and he was pretty good. He's transferring too. He's already transferred or committed to Duke. And Ty Thompson, I think, is a junior. A junior or a senior, I don't remember. But either way, he's transferred from – he was at Oregon for 2 seasons, never started, transferred to Tulane last season, and was the backup this season. So he's never started at a college program before. He was the backup to the starter this year. The starter is leaving. So next year he was set to take over as a starting quarterback. So I'm not really sure why he would want to transfer, just because I don't know who's going to take a senior, a last-year quarterback that's never started a game before. And Georgia Southern will take him, but I don't know. I don't know. There's not another program like Tulane that's going to be nationally televised.
Oh shoot! Everybody, we have a guest. Barney is here. Okay. Okay,
All
so
right,
I'm gonna let him join real fast. Sorry, Austin, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm gonna
you're
introduce
good.
y'all. What's up, Barney? Let's go.
Let's get it going.
Welcome in. Welcome to the Red Zone, Barney.
Oh,
Welcome
I'm
to the Red
in.
Zone.
I'm in. I've been listening.
Sweet.
I've been
So
listening.
you were the third viewer that we don't know. So the 2 viewers who are here, we know.
No, well, to be fair, the other 2, I'm on my phone and my work phone.
Yes.
So that's the 3.
Stat
okay,
padding,
so we have
baby.
no
Let's
one else.
go. Let's go. Okay, so Barney, so Peyton is my roommate, was my roommate in college, and Austin is Peyton's brother. So I think we all need a great introduction from Barney. Tell us a little about yourself. Tell us about your college career, and just give us a little hint about what you're all about, Barney.
I'm a new Georgia native. I guess that's the way to put it. Played at Penn State. I was there for 2 years. Before there, I was a little school in upstate New York. Punted the football, played with some good players. Arguably best tight end in college football right now, Tyler Warren.
Mm.
Big fishing dude. We used to go fishing with him all the time. I'm
Nice.
standing here shoving my face with breakfast burritos with my college roommate who was a long snapper at Penn State.
So you
What's
still
up?
you still
What's
punt
up?
for them, or you don't anymore?
No, I'm done with them. I'm living this miserable life they call work or something.
I know the feeling.
So, chilling out, hanging about, and working. So,
Sweet.
Sweet.
what about
So-
you guys?
so
Trying to be
Barney-
the next Pat McAfee or what?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I got some big news coming at the end. I'll tell you about my hat, Barney. Go
in.
over that a little bit too.
I'm
and
in.
then so you played at Penn State. I want your thoughts about where they are right now. Like, just give us some like little insights or whatever on Penn
I mean,
State.
it's
What do you think?
An easy win over SMU. There's
Yep.
no shock there. It'll be honestly, what's it? Boise State after them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boise. It'll be easy for them. Georgia makes me a little nervous.
So you
That's
think
fair.
Penn State definitely covers 8.5
Yeah,
against SMU?
yeah, that's not going to be a problem. You got to remember, we're talking Happy Valley, December 21st. All right,
That's true.
It is
Ugh.
not very happy in December. Okay, it is cold. The argument they had was you can't have a whiteout at night because it's too much of a home field advantage. But people like to party up there, dude. People like to party. I mean, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, people are still ripping beers, showing up.
Dude, let's go.
That's
So-
gonna be
so in
that's gonna be
Happy
an
Valley,
awesome
The
environment.
cold does not affect home field advantage as
I
as in
mean,
terms
no,
of
I
the
mean,
home
think
crowd?
about it. Like,
They've got the high that day at 29 degrees.
yeah. So, I mean, you think
Same
about
as Alaska, by the way. Same as Alaska right now.
yeah. I mean, think about it. Like, Georgia's a good football team. You put them in snowy conditions and it's 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, things change. You're not throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Linemen don't want to block as much. A lot of things change.
What was your experience punting in that kind of weather, Barney?
Miserable. I mean, miserable. Can't really feel
Yeah,
anything. There's a lot of like, I mean, there's heaters on the sideline, but it's literally a flamethrower. I mean, imagine a flamethrower on the sideline. They just come in light. And they just got propane everywhere. And I would just stick my feet. You stick your feet right in front of it in your hands, and you just try and stay warm. And you run on, you punt the ball, and you run back off, and you stand by it again.
So
Yeah.
you punted last season, or how long has it been?
God, it would have been 2 years ago. 2 years ago. The Rose Bowl, when they were in the Rose Bowl, was my last season.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
a little crazy. There's a bunch of guys on there. I mean, college football's changing, man. There's a lot of things changing right now. Not just with playoffs, but roster sizes are changing. Schools being able to directly play payers now through profit sharing is changing things. I mean, even like the big one that no one's really thinking about, rosters are changing from 130 to 102. So that's a 28-man difference. That's a huge.
Well, are they getting rid of walk-ons in general, or is it?
So
Yeah.
that's the argument, right? Like it's becoming more and more like the NFL. You're going to have people that are second string that primarily wouldn't be on what they'd call a scout team that are going to end up getting beat up by the first string person. I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
Traditionally, you have like 88 scholarships, I think. 88 scholarships. The rest of the kids are, walk-ons, preferred walk-ons, whatever. That's a short roster to have, especially at the college level. I mean, there's a lot of kids that need the development. Some kids you're bringing in because of like potential talent, and some are make or break. But that's going to be a difference. I mean, when you're paying kids that much money, it's going to be a difference. We're not talking a couple $100. Like, kids are coming out of college with more money than most people are going to see their whole life.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, I think that's what happened with Carson Beck. He was playing good, gets the starter. And he didn't want to play good anymore. He probably got a whole lot of money, lost motivation.
it's an interesting. I mean, think about it this way though. Like, you're paying now through profit sharings if you're not playing, you're not getting paid.
Right.
That's the easiest way to understand it. So your incentive is to play. I could see it causing a lot of problems. I mean, especially when your quarterback's doing good. If you're a lineman, you're typically not in the limelight. Your quarterback's getting $1 million plus, and you're getting 50 grand. Probably wouldn't be too happy when you're taking hit after hit after hit. I mean, you think about it, it's like getting hit by a car, like every play by a guy that wants to kill you. So, I mean, that's why those guys make so much in the NFL, but it's also why the length of time until you hit like a retirement pension in the NFL is only 3 years because you don't last long.
Right.
So,
what do you think? Do you think since they're adding more players to the roster and with the outlook of the supposedly $20 million media deal, you'll be able to kind of see college football go back to the way it used to be with you're able to use that lump sum of money maybe to pay the backups, the players that you're developing. You're able to pay the backup 4-star offensive lineman you got last year, so he's able to stay on your roster, and maybe the transfer portal kind of withers away a little bit more than it normally is. Do you think with that, like if you were the backup, let's say quarterback at Penn State, and you knew you were going to start next year or 2 years in advance, and that media rights deal started, and you were getting paid $100 million or $100,000 to develop behind the starter who's getting paid $1.5 million.
I mean, you're talking the gap is I mean, there's two things, right? So the roster's got a lot smaller, so they're not going to have as many kids. So the opportunity is a lot smaller. Any kid, think about scholarships aren't a thing anymore, right? So kids that are playing are not on scholarship. They're on NIL. So I can then take every kid that would have been a walk-on and scholarship them, so at least they're not playing for school. Because a quarterback, right? A quarterback getting $700,000, you can get the money for school. Like, you don't need to pay for school. It's not a problem.
Right.
So the roster should either be made up of NIL people or full scholarship people that are like your walk-ons. Call it your walk-on. But to answer your question about being the backup, I mean, it depends, right? It depends what the options are. I mean, you're looking at people now. It's like people are going to the transfer portal, but they're getting – what's the guy that just went to Michigan? Freaking $10 million over 4 years, guaranteed.
The new commit.
From
Bryce Underwood,
LSU or something like that. Like,
right.
Good Lord.
I mean, it's not about school anymore, right? You can go buy a little community college for $10 million. I mean, heck, like that's like
Well, what I mean maybe is like you still have NIL in a sense, and you're able to use the collective to pay your big market players, but you take that $20 million from the media rights. So hold on. So when you're talking about player roster and numbers, are they gaining more spots or are they losing spots?
Losing spots. They're going from 130 to 102.
So 130 to 102. So you're losing spots.
Yeah.
So do you think they'll be able to retain like an offensive guard that's being do you think my point is still valid though? Like, to me, if I was a GM, right, of a college football team, I would take my $20 million and pay the players who are being developed at my program who are going to get to start one day. I would use that money to pay them, but then let the collective handle the quarterback.
I mean, you got to think.
You see collectives go away. Just talking about like player retention, is that going to be easier or harder? Like
collective is not going away. It will never go
right.
away.
No, I don't think it will. I don't think it will.
Think like the amount of money. Okay, like a football team, you have your collective of like the people that think they're like the boosters. Like, oh yeah, like we donate money. No. Every football program has like 4 or 5 like what you would actually call a booster. Like those are the peoples that like there's a reason Penn State doesn't have their name on the back of their jersey. It's because those 4 or 5 people don't want it. Like it's not because the players don't want it. It's because the 4 or 5 people that are donating, we need $80 million for new building. Yeah, no problem. Here's your check. Like
they pretty much say what happens.
Yeah, each school has their own thing, and it's the same. I mean, think about it like an economy, right? Like you do whatever you want until BlackRock tells you no. right?
Yeah.
Because BlackRock owns everything. So it's like one
Right.
of those things. That's the same thing with football programs. But you're going to see, like, I would say that $20 million is, if I'm a GM, that $20 million is going to the people that aren't getting NIL deals, because that's what's going to keep people. Like, if
Right,
I'm,
that's what I mean is retaining those players with that 20 million.
yeah, I mean, that's
You know
how
what I
I would
mean?
see it. But
Yeah.
it just depends. Like Penn State's got their starting quarterback right now, Drew, and then they got a backup, Bo. Bo could play at any Big Ten school.
Yeah.
Easily. One of the great, honestly, he's like a white Michael Vick, like very, very good on his feet, like very good at a little bit of everything.
And he wears number 9, so you got to think
And
about Trace McSorley.
Just
Does he fight dogs?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say doesn't abuse dogs, so we be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
But like he can go
What
to
a
any
great
school.
guy.
Like, you think he's really staying at Penn State right now because he loves Penn State? Like, yeah, I'm sure he grew up in Pennsylvania, but heck, how many of you would want to play for Georgia? If you're playing for Georgia and someone comes back up to you and says, "Hey, I got $1.5 million at this school," you think you're gonna be like, "Oh, I love Georgia"? No, you will go to the next school.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, you got to think about it. It's a critical position. I mean, like a quarterback's critical. You lose your quarterback and your backup sucks, you're not winning.
Yeah. Look what happened to
Very
Georgia.
fair.
So it'll be interesting. I mean, I would see it like you're not the 20 million is a fraction of what the schools are getting. I would say that's the bigger schools. I'm talking the Georgias, the Alabamas, like the Ohio State, Penn State, those types of schools. Granted, the other schools, I don't really know. I mean, the schools that are self-funded are getting money.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's interesting though. That's cool. That's a good insight though.
We'll see. NIL's changed it though. I mean, I thought I was hot shit when I was playing, and I was getting everyone free donuts.
Yeah.
It's like, here's like free donuts from Duck Donuts. Everyone gets donuts after every game, and it was like, oh yeah, that was good. But like
what
now,
a hero.
What does this say? Somebody got an offer for $50K to play at FSU for baseball, then accepted Wake Forest for even. Yeah, I mean, it is no longer about schools. It is about who's got the most money. I mean, think about it this way, like, it's 4 years. I mean, if you're not going to be happy, you can suck it up for $1 million. I mean, that's how I see it, right? Like,
right.
Like, you can suck it up. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. A lot of stuff's going to happen. I think that's why the schools that you expect to win aren't winning.
Yeah.
I mean, Alabama, we knew was going to take a hit. Texas A&M sucked. I mean, they sucked. They were leading the rack, and then NIL came out, and they were just dog crap.
I think it's crazy how much it's changed everything. I mean, it made what's UCF coach's name? Malzahn? He quit.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be a head coach anymore because of it. He's going to be an offensive coordinator.
But I mean,
he stepped down. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They'll see. I mean, heck, it'll be interesting. It's got to play out a little bit. Though I'd say the only thing that I don't like, and this is my big annoyance with the whole thing, is you give 17 to 24-year-olds anywhere from $50 to $10 million, right? Like, you're talking $50,000 to $10 million. Most kids on a football team are not coming from a financially literate background. Like, if we're being honest, like, your bankruptcy rate in the NFL is like 75% of people that go in the NFL go bankrupt after 3 years.
Yeah.
Like,
dang, I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the rate is very, very high. You're going to have people that come in and try to take advantage of you because you're young and you don't really know what to do with your money, right? You're either sending money back home because everyone knows how much money you're making now because it's public, or you don't understand that you have to pay taxes. Like, literally, like, people don't know that when you get $100,000, you don't actually get $100,000. Like, that's not like yours. Like, I was like, you might as well just kiss 50,000 of it goodbye because it's not yours. And people don't know.
Right.
But that, like, financial education part is, they're like, oh, we'll give you classes. We'll give you classes. No, they need advisors, but the schools can't advise you on where to go for an advisor because if your advisor screws you, you get screwed.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll see, but who knows?
All right. I got a topic for you, Barney. I think you'll have some good insight on.
Oh
Um,
goodness. I'm gonna
let's
shove
see.
my face with a breakfast burrito. But
So the title of
New
this
Georgia
video,
native.
Barney, is Bill Belichick Goes to College. So coming from a guy who played in the NFL or was on an NFL team, on an NFL roster, what do you think Bill Belichick maybe brings to a college team that's maybe an advantage? What do you think Bill Belichick brings us maybe would be a disadvantage to a college football team?
so connections is one. Anyone that's on the edge is making it. Right? I mean, like everyone's connected in that level. Disadvantage in the NFL, you don't show up to practice, you get fined. Like in college, you don't show up to practice. What do you do? Kick them off? I don't know. Like technically,
Yeah.
they're still there for school. Like
Right.
you actually have to deal with like children. Like, oh, so and so got caught like with weed in their car. Okay, well now you got to go to all these classes. NFL fined or kicked off. Like it is what it is.
Right.
Like there's an officer.
Nobody cares about the people on the NFL teams.
No, it's like, oh, all right. Well, you didn't show up for practice. We had a kid that got drafted, missed his medical the first day, and they fined him $45,000. The kid said, "I guess I can't play because I literally don't have money."
Jeez.
And they're like, "Oh,
Good
we'll give you
Lord.
freebie." Yeah, it's not like it's like, oh, a little fine. You get a lot of fines. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be interested to see how he deals with it. I mean, you also got to think the season's a lot longer. There's no break in college, so you go right out of. You're recruiting while you're in season. And then once you get out of season, you're recruiting.
Yeah.
NFL, like, yeah, you're scouting, but
My biggest question about the whole thing was why get rid of Mac Brown, who was an old man, just to bring in another old man. I mean, like, do we even know that Bill Belichick's going to be there in 4 years? I mean, is he going to see his first recruiting class graduate? Or
do you really plan on a coach being there that long? Typically not.
Right. So it's like
you just got to think it goes both ways. What if Bill Belichick gets there and he absolutely sucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that
one
too.
of the things about the agreement, I think, was that Bill Belichick wasn't going to be the head coach with no support. He's going to hire a recruiting manager. Like, that's not being a college football head coach. We're about to see college football head coach. Like, the definition of a college football head coach is about to change. And it just happened with Bill Belichick. And I think this is a way bigger deal than people realize. Is you're gonna have Bill Belichick, who's basically going to be the GM of the UNC football program. He's going to do the scheme, right? He's going to be an elite defensive mind in college football. He's going to know what every team's going to do. He knows offense. He knows the team, but he's not going to recruit. The only thing that he's going to have to go off of is trying to make UNC a NFL pipeline. So, and I think in that regard, maybe he's going to do great. Maybe he's not. It's just going to be weird to see, like, it's not just a head coach and an OC and a DC. It's a head coach. He's going to hire a recruiting manager who's going to take care of his kids. And then he's going to have an OC and a DC, like, it's crazy.
It's getting more and more like the NFL. That's all I got to say. I mean, some of these places you play
on
are
the
like
line.
the NFL, right? I mean, you go to Michigan. That's one of the biggest stadiums you're ever going to play in. You go to Penn State. That's the biggest stadium you're ever going to play in. You can go to the Ravens. It's a huge stadium, but still not as big as the ones you see in college. Like the NFL and college football are getting more and more similar, but they're not stupid. I mean, the viewership is there, right? It's I'm like reading Bryce's comment, ruining the integrity of college football. I think it's more visible. I think the stuff's always been there. It's always been there, but now it's more visible because I think people realize how much money is involved. I don't think before people actually realized how much money is actually involved in college football.
Right.
Because let's be honest, I mean, they were definitely paying the recruits and stuff well before it was legal to do.
I mean, it just looks at how you look at paying. Like, if you're a scholarship kid, you were still getting stipends. Yeah. So it's not like, you weren't getting paid, but like, you were still getting like $2,500 a month. Your food was still catered for you, but you still get a food voucher every day. Like, you're not getting paid. Like, obviously, $2,500 a month is a little different than $250,000 a month, but
Sure.
Yeah.
we'll see.
But I mean, you can do it. You can do a lot with 2,500 when you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you thought you were rolling in it after 2,500. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to pay rent. Thank God.
That's on the club for me, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
all right, guys. Well, I don't want to take your show, so I'm leaving, but I appreciate
Oh,
it.
Barney,
And
you're straight, man. You can hang out as long as you want.
holler
It
at
don't
me.
matter to me.
Let me know when you guys are going live. I'm coming back on next week. That's for sure.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you, Barney. We appreciate your insight, man.
No, I appreciate it. And let me go get some other devices so I can log on to get the viewership up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Every
Barney.
tablet, phone, computer you
yeah,
got,
let's
man.
go.
Get on the street.
Mess with
All
that
right, guys,
algorithm,
we'll
baby.
talk. See you all.
Appreciate it, Barney. Take care, bro.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
That was sick. That was sick. Gotta love it. This is what I want to do with this thing, man. I want to get a lot of cool people on, and some people who may not know a lot about football but may know a lot about other things. You know, I think that's going to be what's great about this show is being able to get a bunch of people from a bunch of different backgrounds and just talk about football and random stuff and different sports. But that was pretty sweet.
One thing you can
Yeah.
always count on when it comes to this kind of thing is everybody's got a different opinion on everything. So
Yeah.
we'll never run out of things to talk about.
No, exactly. That's what, dude. We're already at an hour.
Yeah.
I felt like I've been talking for like 25 minutes. You know, we've already created a podcast in an hour, and I think I wouldn't think of this as work. Like I'd rather do this than wait
this would be
tables,
sick,
dude. No, yeah, it's a feel good hobby. It's great. But I do before we jump to our next segment, I do want to introduce our sponsor of the show. I will add the banner real fast. So, oh God, I can't spell. Oh God,
What is that?
you gotta love, dude. You gotta love when I can't spell. All right, I was thinking about the title of the podcast. All right. Enough of messing around. Okay, so Bet the House is a company. It's a media and apparel brand company based here in Brunswick. It's a guy I met. He owns the Wee Pub on Jekyll Island. He kind of started this like random thing. So basically, what it is, it's a media company that takes parlays and like bets, and he takes it to the game, to that stadium, and films it, and films it for content and shows off his parlay. But yeah, no. So this is his hat. This is his first hat. He's going to be kind of helping us throughout this show. He's going to be pretty much like we're going to be using his media platform of Bet the House to kind of help us grow our audience, but also we're going to use his. We're going to bring him on here to help grow his audience as well. So I think it was a really good idea from me just to think about like we're on our own. Like I was saying before, like I'm not a quarterback who played in the NFL. I don't have followers. We're starting this thing from the ground up. So any assistance, I think is a great thing for us starting out randomly on PR now. What do you think we should jump onto now that we've talked about the big elephant in the room?
I say we talk about the Heisman race.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a great idea. I agree. That's a great topic. What do you think?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I think Ashton Genty should win. I don't think he's going to. I think he could. I don't think he will. I think they're going to give it to Travis Hunter because if I'm being completely honest, I would agree that Travis Hunter is undoubtedly the best player in college football right now, and he's the best. He's going to be the best player out of this draft class. But I mean, you look at Ashton Genty, and I mean, he's literally breaking records. Yeah, he did it Barry Sanders did it in 11 games.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Either way, through 11 games, Genty is still third all time. So.
Right. Any other year of the history of college football, Genty probably wins outside of the Manziel Heisman and maybe the Cam Newton Heisman. But it's just I hate it for him because Travis Hunter is doing something that's literally never ever been done. Genty, even though he's breaking records, he is doing something that has been done at least one other time before. So Travis Hunter is going to win it. What I don't agree with is Travis Hunter winning all these offensive player awards and defensive player awards.
No, I do not think he should have gotten receiver of the year.
Yeah, I don't
That
think
should
so
have been
either.
that. I think he only had a 39 catches or something like that and 600 yards and 5 or 6 touchdowns, which, I mean, like you said, Austin, yeah, he's doing something that no college player has ever done ever before. But when you take the Triple Crown in college football as a receiver for the 4th time ever, that alone should be the deciding factor for who wins that. I
agree. That's highway robbery, 100% highway robbery. Highway robbery. Golly.
It's definitely highway wobbly, but I just think it's
so here are so these are his stats for the year. Travis Hunter has, I believe it is 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns.
Wait, on offense?
As a receiver. Yeah.
I must have been looking at a week 8 stat, and then never mind.
2024 career stats, 92 receptions, 1,152 yards receiving, averaging 12.5 yards a catch with 14 touches. And then as a defensive back, his stats for that. Show me his. I want to see his. It won't show me his defensive stats. That sucks. I want to know his defensive stats, dude. What the heck? I hate ESPN.
Sims wants to know if we can talk about Sam Houston getting robbed from a playoff spot.
Sims, I really appreciate the input there, but you may have to go back. You may have to go back a little bit. We did talk about that already. No. But I appreciate it.
I want to see like the actual chat.
Oh, you're talking about Sam Houston.
Yes, he said.
Yeah,
I thought you said. I heard SMU. That's my fault. I totally heard SMU.
No,
that's my bad, Sims. No, Sam Houston should have been in the 12th seed, to be honest.
They did beat Liberty.
Oh shoot! I forgot they're playing
Liberty.
I forgot Georgia Southern's playing Sam Houston. Me and Sims are gonna have some serious beef.
When do are they playing the ball games?
Yeah, but Sims, I hate to tell you this. Sam Houston is not gonna beat Georgia Southern in that game. I hate to say it. I'll make a bet with you if you want to. I feel pretty confident about it.
I do have the odds there.
I'm just now seeing all these comments.
Dude, I know. I went through them a second ago and I started laughing.
That's pretty.
Liberty did lose to Kennesaw State. I forgot.
Shout out. I don't know if Cameron's still watching, but shout out Cameron, my biggest fan.
Nice. Shout out Cameron. I know nothing about football. Should I come on?
No, probably not.
Oh gosh. Okay. So the odds are actually crazy when you look at them because Travis Hunter's minus 2,000, and then Ashton Genty is what? Not even close, right? I mean,
so he's gonna win. Vegas knows that.
So he's gonna win, and then you go down to my bet. I had a future on Cam Ward. I was gonna win like $35, but that's not gonna happen. Up there at plus 50,000. Is that 50,000? Yeah, that's 50,000. That's funny. But yeah.
What do you guys think is the best bowl game? Sims, if you want to donate your life savings, I'll send you my Venmo and I'll relay it to the podcast.
That's a lie. He's not gonna relay that at all. He's gonna pull a freaking crypto rug pull, dude.
Did you guys see not even on no funny stuff? Did you guys see the Hawk Tua crypto stuff?
Yes.
What is that? What is that all about?
It's because a bunch of people, she released this bit like this cryptocurrency, and a bunch of people put their money into it. And literally the same day that all these people put their money into it, she just destroyed the stock. She took everything out, so everybody lost a lot of money. So it's basically. Go ahead, James.
I was just saying, like, the best part is CoffeeZilla made a video about it. Like, they got in like a what was it, like a Twitter call or something, and they were talking about it, and the whole time, like, she just immediately goes, "I need to go to bed," and like left the call.
I've
It's
seen
like,
that.
What are you talking about? Like, you just scammed a bunch of people out of like 500K, more than that. What was it, like 50 million? It was something ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was
I
a
don't
lot of
remember.
money.
It was a lot of money, though. It was a lot of money. Dude,
It was not 50 million.
I don't know what it was. But
Dude, Hog Tua has big reach, dude. It reaches a huge audience. All right. It could be 50.
Dude, how do I leave this thing? How do I end the live?
Does Payne got to get out of here?
No, he's
Austin Hawk Tua, biggest fan.
So I'm gonna do this really quick. I'm gonna go through some bowl games. You guys tell me who y'all think are gonna win.
Predictions.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I'll give the y'all tell me who you think's gonna win, and then I'll tell you the spread, and y'all say who you think's gonna cover.
All right.
He's trying to make us his own parlay.
Dude, I know this.
Hey, we don't know. Hey.
This was in the spreadsheet, Peyton, if you read it.
Was it actually?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna skip most of these games because nobody really cares about Northern Illinois and Fresno State. So I'm gonna talk about more of the bigger games. So Oklahoma and Navy play. Who do you guys got for that one?
I
got Navy.
You're going Navy?
You got Navy outright.
I'm going.
No. Not Navy outright. I'm just saying I got Navy to cover.
Well, so y'all tell me who you think's gonna win. I'll tell you the spread after you tell me who's gonna win.
Okay. My fault.
And then tell me who you think's gonna cover.
Okay.
So you guys both say Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I'm saying Oklahoma.
The spread is Oklahoma 8.5.
Navy to cover.
I think it will.
I think Oklahoma's going to cover that. I don't know. That's a
against
tough one.
Navy.
That's a tough one.
No Jackson Arnold.
Yeah,
but
that's
it doesn't
true.
matter. It's Navy.
Navy's 8-3.
In what conference?
The Independent, but it doesn't matter.
No.
All right, moving on. We got two for Oklahoma. I'm gonna no. We got you got Navy covering, James.
Yeah, I got Navy covering that.
Okay, I'm gonna take Oklahoma. Peyton, you said you're taking Navy too.
No, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay. Next one. I think this is gonna be a really good game. Georgia Tech against Vanderbilt. Who do you guys got?
Give me Tech.
I think Tech's gonna win that too. I think they're fiery. I think they're pissed off.
Yeah, especially if Hayes King plays.
Yeah,
You're going
call me
Vandy?
crazy. I think Vanderbilt's going to win that game.
Okay, well that's
Vanderbilt's
not.
gonna win that
I wouldn't say that's a crazy take because Diego Pavia is.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
Yeah. But the
He's
spread is Tech minus 2.5. Obviously, I'm going to pick Vandy to cover, but
ooh, that's fair. I think Tech wins that. I wouldn't bet on it because it's probably what's the points? What's the actual line?
Georgia Tech money line is minus 130. Vanderbilt's plus 110. The spread is minus 110 both ways. That's how most spreads usually do it.
Okay.
But
I don't know. I probably would stay away from that. Like if I was betting my own money, I'd probably hang out away from that.
Well, we're betting the house here today, and I wouldn't bet that's not an answer. You have to say who you would take.
Okay, I think no. I mean like if okay. I think Tech wins. I think Tech wins by more than 3.
Okay,
by
you think
more than
okay.
2.5. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
We got US. This is gonna be a good one. USC and Texas A&M.
A&M all the way.
A&M,
There's no Miller Moss.
Yeah.
No Miller Moss. Miller Moss is transferring.
I'm gonna take A&M too on that one. I think that's gonna be a low scoring game though.
Yeah. What's the
The spread is A&M -3. Peyton, is something funny?
Yes, you'll see it in a second.
Is there a comment?
Yes.
Bro,
Can I get
Sims.
mod? Sims, get a profile picture. They got A&M -3 against USC.
USC. Yeah, I'm taking that.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
Okay, a couple more really quick. Iowa State and Miami.
Miami. Well, how many players are not playing in that game?
We have no idea. This is all speculation.
Okay, well, assuming everyone's playing Miami.
I'll go Miami too.
I'll go Miami, but I'll take Iowa to cover.
The spread is Miami -4.
I don't care. I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Iowa with their defense will slow Miami's offense down enough to where Miami's defense allows a lot more points than we think against with Iowa. Because you got to remember Miami's defense is pretty weak. Okay.
I was gonna go Miami there, but after hearing that analysis by our host here, I'm gonna take Iowa State as well.
Iowa to cover. Iowa State or Iowa?
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Oh yeah, no, I'm still chilling with that. I'm still chilling with that.
Peyton, who you
if their quarterback's healthy.
I would still take. You said Miami's what? 4.5.
Yeah, just 4.
Just 4.
-4, yeah.
Yeah, I'd still go Miami.
All right. BYU and Colorado.
Oh wow, wait, that's
Colorado.
Hard. I don't know though.
That's BYU weird. That's an in-conference matchup as a bowl game.
Yeah.
It's like a Big 12 losers championship. I'm gonna take Colorado. I think Deion's fired up.
I can see that. I think Colorado wins. The spread's only -3 too.
Assuming all starters play, I'm going BYU.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We next time we need to start documenting what we say and have a scoreboard.
So we can be
Yeah. We can have standings and stuff on here. Have us have the celebrity guests.
Yeah, celebrity guest pickers.
This is just gonna be game day before it's all said and done. We've got Alabama and Michigan.
Bama. Well, wait, I don't know actually. Hold on.
Orgy's transferring.
It's not like he was worth anything in the first place.
I mean, who else can throw the ball at Michigan though?
That
I could use my right foot and throw the ball farther than their quarterback can.
What's his name? Why can't I think?
Post hernia surgery too.
Yeah, dude. I'm sitting here with a double hernia surgery. I could throw better than that guy. I can't even move. I had to army crawl with my feet on the ground to get to my chair. What did you say, Peyton?
Hold on. I have to figure out what his name is. Not Michelle Obama. I'm trying to find Michigan football.
Wrong guy.
What are you searching, dude?
What is their quarterback's name?
The
Michigan?
white guy? I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know that guy's name.
Bryce, what's his name? I hear you.
What's whose name?
Michigan's quarterback, not Alex Orgy, the other one.
You're talking about Davis Warren, dude.
Yes, Davis Warren.
Yes, that's it.
He played terrible against Ohio State, but they still won.
Yeah, well, they also just own Ohio State.
Bama's offense is better than Michigan's defense.
Yes.
I
think
so.
I would
no,
think
what
if
I'm
we
trying
went
to say
when
is,
we go to.
What I'm trying to say is, do you think that Ohio State's offense is worse than Michigan's defense?
What does Ohio State have to do with this? I'm confused.
No, because they lost. Michigan beat Ohio State. What I'm saying is, if you compare Ohio State and Alabama's offense, what's besides the quarterback, what's super different? They both use both of their running backs, not very often, but they still use them a good bit. And it's not like there's just one dominant one in the backfield. They use both of them all the time. The receivers, besides Emeka Egbuka, I don't think there's really anybody. Is that how you say
What are
it?
these names?
How do you not know these people?
No, I know who that is, but it's like the fact that you're pronouncing these just so natural,
Oh.
bro. It's,
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Besides him, I don't see anybody else on that offense right now because I know Jeremiah Smith is there right now that is better than anybody on Bama's offense.
is that how you pronounce it? Egg
That's how
Buka?
he pronounced it.
What
You
is
said
it?
egg buka.
Egg Buka? How are you supposed to say it?
Egg buka.
Egg
Egg
Buka?
buka. Yes.
It's still awful. It's still
Oh,
just,
that's so
that's a
funny.
tragedy. It's a good thing it was good at football because you're not getting a job with a last name like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what I'm just saying is compare Bama's offense and Ohio State's offense and which one do you think is better?
Bama.
Bama.
So
Miller
do you
factor.
think that they have I mean, I'm sure that they have the willpower
Yes.
to beat Michigan, but wait, well, I don't know if any of these Michigan players are going to play in the bowl game though. Like Mason.
Right now, I'll just say this. Right now, Bama is a 9.5-point favorite.
Okay, I'll take Michigan to cover, but I think Bama's gonna win.
That's fair. I'll take Bama to win and cover.
I guess I'll go
and if a
Bama.
fantasy
Yeah.
line comes out and Milrose like 1.5 touchdowns rushing touchdowns, I'm gonna take the 1.5. I think you'll get like 2 rushing touchdowns in that game.
Let's see what else we got. We got South Carolina and Illinois.
South Carolina.
South Kakalaki. I think Beamer's gonna have a bunch of their players playing in this. I don't think a lot of like South Carolina's players are gonna be sitting out of this game.
I don't think so either.
I think South Carolina wins. I think 9.5 might be too much. I think Illinois is going to cover that. Illinois. But not Illinois.
I think that's fair. I think I would agree with that.
Is Illinois like that?
They're
Yeah.
9-3. 9-3.
Are they
93?
ranked right now?
Yeah, they're 20. South Carolina's
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Is Kyle McCord at Syracuse or Illinois? Syracuse.
He's at Syracuse.
Okay, never mind then. I don't know who Illinois' quarterback is.
Let's
is
see
it,
if there's
Luke?
any other games on here that are worth
I don't remember his last name.
speaking on. That's really it outside of the playoffs, unless you guys want to go through the playoff. Actually, I got one right here for you guys. Tulane and Florida.
Tulane in Florida?
Yeah.
I think
Well,
Florida
TJ
wins that.
I think Florida wins that, yeah.
Florida wins. I got Florida winning too. The spread is -14.
Against who?
Tulane.
That should hit.
I think
Well,
Florida wins that. Yeah, I would
You
take
think they
it.
cover?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think they
it'd be
cover the 14.
I think it's more unlikely they do. I mean, than they don't than they do.
That's fair. I think DJ Lagway is just like I saw him make a couple of those throws in that last game where he had a guy like draped on his shoulder and he still was able to like get the ball out. Like I think DJ Lagway is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC next year.
Oh,
I think
for
he's
sure.
going to be a top three.
I got one
he's
more for you guys. I hope Sims is still in the chat because we're going to talk
Oh,
about this
God.
one. Georgia Southern and Sam Houston.
Give me the Bearcats.
That's what I'm
by a
saying.
million.
That's my guy, Bryce. I'm taking Tulane to cover +14. I don't know if I said that, but I'm going to take Tulane to cover. But back to the most important game of the year now. Georgia Southern, Sam Houston.
Yeah, I'm taking Sam Houston Bearcats by 1 billion.
All right,
Where's this game
it's
getting played at? Where's this game?
New Orleans.
New Orleans? Oh, dude, there's going to be some tables jumped on. I'm going Georgia Southern.
There we
on,
go.
baby.
Yeah, go
Let's
Eagles,
go.
baby. Georgia Southern's going to win that
Statesboro.
game. They're going to cover -6, easily covering -6.
I'm not even joking. This is a genuine statement. I'm confidently going Sam Houston.
To cover 6?
Yeah.
Dude. All right, you know what? That's
Dang.
fine. We'll talk about it next week because they play next Thursday.
Okay.
Hail Southern, Bryce. That's my guy in the comments.
Gotta, baby.
That's right.
Do y'all want to talk about the playoffs, like the matchups?
You want to
I say let's go through it and say who we think's going to win.
and then when the line gets closer to the first round? You want to go over the line of the first round, like
Yeah.
later,
Yeah,
like
like
next
week or
week
something.
probably. Okay, we'll just go through like who we think is going to win.
Yeah.
Just
So,
Bryce. I mean, Austin.
whoa. So here we go. We got you're fine. Then. Indiana, Notre Dame.
I don't know. This is tough because Notre Dame's defense is actually really good, but they're missing their best cornerback. But then again, I don't really know if that matters because truthfully, I already know what James is doing. Yeah, he's already got it loaded up. But
There it is.
yeah. I truthfully, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I couldn't name a single receiver on Indiana's offense, but I don't think I could for Notre Dame either. So that's kind of not a great point. But
I think Curtis Work might be the underlying story there. If Curtis Work plays the way he's been playing all year, I think he can cook up that defense.
I agree.
But if I'm being realistic and if I'm putting money on it, I'm gonna take. I think Notre Dame will win a close one. To be honest,
well,
with
is
you.
Riley
But
Leonard really capable of like winning a close game?
he's at home. He'll have that on his side. He's
Yeah, they are in South Bend. The home aspect is going to add a lot to that. And we saw how Indiana did against Ohio State at Ohio State. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
these
just
last
wasn't
two games for Indiana have been tough. I think it'll be a close game. I think Indiana will be able to. What's the? Oh, we don't know. That's right. We'll do that next week. I'm just saying,
the spreads are out, but
Okay.
they're
I
most
just want to
likely
see the
going
spread
to
for that one. Show me the
they're
spread
most
for
likely
that
going to
one.
be different next week, but we can run through
Yeah.
these. Notre Dame right now is a 7.5 point favorite.
7.5. But that's still a big margin. I think Indiana covers that. Jumps in there in 7.
You think?
I
think
think
that they don't?
I think they
don't
lose by a field
touchdown?
goal. I think they
Okay.
lose by a
Wow.
field goal.
That'd be an awesome matchup if that's
That'd be
the
great
case.
in the snow.
I'm going to take Notre Dame to cover that. I think Indiana's played really good all season, but I think the lights are just going to be too bright for that team. They've never been in a
That's
spot
fair.
like that before.
That's fair.
So I think that's who I got.
Sweet.
Peyton, care to comment?
Sorry about what?
Dude, what have you been doing? It's
I'm looking
Indiana.
at the bracket. No, I'm looking at the bracket. I'm sorry.
Indiana and Notre Dame. Who do you think's going to win? Yeah.
I'm going to take the underdog. I'm going with Indiana here.
So,
what is that?
Okay.
I'm going Indiana just because of the sole factor that I think it's Benjamin Morrison. That's the guy on Notre Dame's defense, the cornerback, or Benjamin Moore, I think. I think he'll be a top 10, maybe not top 10, top 15. I think we'll go top 15 in the draft next year, but he's not playing. He hasn't played since the beginning of the season, I think. And without him, I don't know how good Notre Dame can really be. Because like I said, I don't watch Notre Dame football. I don't watch Indiana football. I just know how Indiana turned their season around. And I know that Notre Dame got a pretty good defense. But I don't know how Riley Leonard is because he came from Duke last year, right?
Yeah. He was good at Duke.
He was good. He was really good at Duke.
I know he was really good at Duke, but I have not paid attention to him at all this year. So I don't know if he's capable of actually putting together, a well-coordinated game. Because who was their toughest opponent this year?
Notre Dame.
Let's see.
I've got it pulled up. Louisville, Georgia Tech, maybe.
See, that's what I mean.
They played A&M week 1. I don't know if you can count that week 1.
They lost to NIU week 2, so I don't know if you could count that.
Right. So yeah. I would say their toughest game was probably Louisville.
Yeah. Well, they played USC pretty close, and
was it USC?
I mean, they only beat Miami. They beat Miami of Ohio 28-3. I mean, that's
Miami of Ohio.
That's not a great win.
So you're gonna take Indiana?
I'm taking Indiana.
To win or to cover?
Yeah. Both.
Sweet. All right. Next game is SMU and Penn State.
Penn State by a football field.
Pretty easy, yeah. Penn State.
I'm going to take Penn State. I'm going to take SMU to cover.
I think I was just about to say I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as people think it is. I genuinely think SMU still has a chance to win the game. I don't think.
I think SMU could win that game. Penn State, and it's not anything against Penn State when I say that. It's more that I've never in my life seen Penn State win an important game. I've never seen them do it. I've never seen them do it. It doesn't matter if it's SMU, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon. They have never won. I've never seen it happen. So I'm going to take them to win, but I don't see them winning by 9 points. I think they win by anywhere from 3 to 7.
Yeah.
That's a great take. I agree with you, Austin. I fully agree with that.
I agree with you as well. I think
people be sleeping on SMU's front though. Like their SMU's front four is legit. Some big dudes over there.
I mean, they the only thing that freaks me out about SMU is that they did not play. Clemson really beat them really good until the fourth quarter. And I don't know if that was Clemson let off the gas or if that was SMU played better or what, but yeah.
Well, it was I could be wrong, but I think SMU was down like 3 scores going into the second half.
Yeah, it was 31-14.
Yeah. And
going into the fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I think SMU has the capability to beat State. I think they could. I don't think they will, but I think they could. But I would still take SMU to cover.
As Barney was saying earlier, Penn State at Penn State, that's going to be a crazy place to play.
That is true.
But I'm still going to take SMU to cover.
That's fair.
So, next game, Clemson at Texas. I'm going to take Clemson.
No way.
Yeah. Bryce, you think so too? I think Clemson's going to win that football game.
No way.
I think this needs to be clipped, and then we need to see Austin's bank account actually put money on it.
I already have it loaded up. I'm not kidding.
Dude,
oh my
Clemson
gosh,
is not winning that game.
I don't think they're winning that either, dude.
How would they win? Explain it.
Fine. I'll gladly explain that.
I would love to hear it.
Texas. Let me pull up Texas here, and you can ask anybody. Like 2 weeks ago, I was all Texas is going to win the Natty. I was sold on it.
I know.
I was sold on it. My opinion has completely changed after watching the UGA football game because all you have to do, if you can stop Texas's run, they can't do anything. They're done. Their offensive line has been really shaky, and they haven't really played a team outside of Georgia that has an elite front seven. Clemson is going to dominate them physically, I think. So I think Clemson's going to shut them down in the run game, and that's going to force Quinn Ewers to make some plays that he hasn't had to make all year. And Cade Klubnik, no one's talking about it, but he's going under the radar right now. He's playing some really, really, really good football, like top 5 QB right now football.
So, but at what point do you think that they're going to switch and put Arch Manning in?
I mean,
good, not for like design run plays, for good.
Next year.
You're talking about the playoff run?
If they get down by 14, I think they put in Arch. But if they get down by 14, the game's over because Clemson's not going to let them come back.
Is Clemson's defense really that good?
Yes.
I mean, Clemson has a good defense. I mean, South Carolina only put up 17 on them. I don't think
Clemson. Yeah, but the only time we've seen Clemson go up against a defensive front that's worth a dang was South Carolina, and they let them come back and win the game.
Yeah, and that's true. That I agree with that 100%. But at the same time, it's at least Clemson can say that they've went up against another physical front outside of Texas has played Georgia, and both times they were destroyed.
Twice, not 3 times.
Yeah.
Hopefully, not 3 times. Jeez.
Yeah, I hope not.
I want to play them again.
So I just Texas is Georgia's the only team that has tested Texas physically. And both times they came out on top. And I think Clemson's going to test them physically, and so I think they're going to come out on top.
I mean, I can agree with that. I can see how, like, what your reasoning is. But at the same time, I think – I can't remember his first name, but Texas receiver, I think he's, like, number 6. I think his name is Matthew Golden.
I know who you're talking about.
He put a clinic on Georgia's secondary whenever they played in the SEC championship. I don't know if it was only him, but okay. But what I'm saying is, I understand that AJ Terrell's little brother's on Clemson. He's actually playing really good football too. But is Clemson's defense on par with Georgia? Is that a wild thing to say?
I would say so. That's just I'm not. Hey, Texas is an 11-point favorite. It's obvious they're supposed to win this game. I'm the outlier saying Clemson's going to win. That's just.
I'd say Clemson to cover.
That's fair.
Because I'll jump in that boat of maybe Dabo Swinney wakes him up and gets him playing hard because they made it. You know, when a team like that kind of gets a break, it's a really extreme,
Right.
one or the other. You're either going to play better the next game because, oh my gosh, we have a chance, or you're going to play really bad. I think Clemson comes out playing pretty good.
I can understand
when you think
that.
and
About Antonio,
coaches,
what is his name? Antonio Williams, their wide receiver. Isn't he crazy? Clemson's wide receiver.
Yeah,
He's ridiculous. He played really good against South Carolina.
Yeah, he's got 10 touchdowns on the year.
Jeez,
And
that's good.
I
For a
think
Clemson wide receiver.
another huge thing is I think Dabo has already proven that he can win on a big stage like that. Sark,
that's true.
Sark,
Yeah,
has not.
I agree.
So
I agree.
that's why I'm going there. But I'm gonna jump to Tennessee, Ohio State. This is the last game of the first round.
Okay, and we'll go over and we'll next week we'll go over them again and really lay them out and put them in stone on our pick.
We're just kind of speed running this one. So
yeah, we'll speed run this one, and then we'll jump into some real picks. We'll go jump into my underdog fantasy and put some parlays together.
Yeah, get that parlay together, and then
yes, sir.
hop on the sticks.
So we're gonna hop on the sticks. We're gonna hop on the sticks. That's for you, Bryce. You better play with us.
He has that look in his eye. I think he's gonna play.
Dubs, let's go.
But
okay.
Tennessee, Ohio State.
I don't know, man. I think this can go either way. I think Tennessee has everything that it takes to beat Ohio State. Will they do it? I don't know. Because Tennessee's defense was and still could be. Truthfully, I didn't pay attention to it in the second half of the season. But starting out, Tennessee had a top 3 defense in the nation. And I don't know. Man. We've watched Will Howard sell game after game after game. So, who knows what it could come down to? It could come down to kind of what happened with Oregon. Time management, really poor time management. But Nico, that's the only last name I can't pronounce.
Okay,
he's had really bad time management too. I think that's why they lost. I can't remember who it was, but
Arkansas.
Yeah, that's why they lost to Arkansas, was because it was just really, really bad time management. And again, I don't know if that is a player issue or if that's a coaching issue, but I think if Tennessee can get their run game going, I think they have everything that they need to beat Ohio State.
So who are you taking?
See, but that's what's difficult. I'm going to go Tennessee because, number one, I just can't stand Ohio State. But number two, like I said, if Tennessee can get their run game going, I think they will beat Ohio State. Because Denzel Burke has not, and I know this has nothing to do with the run game, but Denzel Burke has not played anything like how he played last year. I think Tennessee's receivers will probably also not necessarily dominate the secondary because Caleb Downs is always in the back, but I think they're going to do a lot better than people are going to give them credit for.
That's fair.
James, what you got?
I got Ohio State just running it just all over Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee's gonna have anything to come back from. I think Ohio State's wide receivers are going to be way too much, and I think Will Howard will come out ready to go and make good throws. And if you put Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Ibuka next to each other, any secondary, no matter how good you are, is going to have issues. So if Chip Kelly can put the ball in the right player's hands, which I think he will, I think Ohio State wins this by a lot. Chip Kelly, the OC.
Oh, Chip Kelly's the OC?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the OC. That's why they ran the ball a bunch and lost to Michigan because he didn't throw it. He didn't let Will Howard do what he needed to do because Will Howard had a bad game in the start. Like he started bad, he wasn't seeing the defense right, so they started handing the ball off more and doing little check down crap. And so they didn't let Will Howard do what he needed to do, which was throw the ball to Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka. So I think if they let him do that from the start, I think Ohio State's going to win it by a large margin. And JT Tuimoloau, that's his name. JT Tuimoloau.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, that's his
Number
name.
44 is going to go
Tuimoloau.
crazy. Read me right now. JT Tuimoloau is going to go crazy in that game. Promise you. The scouts are watching.
Disregard everything that we just said about that matchup. That guy's last name is Maui Alawau.
JT Tui. Oh, you got me thinking about it now.
Yeah, now I
Austin.
can't remember it either.
JT Tuimoloau.
Yeah.
Tuimoloau. Tuimoloau.
Tui. Some of my coworkers.
Yo.
Tuimoloau. I'm not going to explain that comment, Austin.
I'm going to take Tennessee to win that game. I've seen their offense be really explosive when they can get the run game going, like Peyton was saying. And when the quarterback is on, I can't pronounce the last name either, but when he's on, he's really good. And Ohio State, I read this earlier today, has given up the most pass interferences by any team, and it's like not even close.
Yeah.
So I think Tennessee's going to really try to exploit that. And if Ohio State starts racking up those 15-yard penalties, then Tennessee's going to
yeah.
The only thing is, like you were saying, James, is those receivers for Ohio State. It's going to be hard for anybody to keep up with them. So the game's going to come down to Will Howard in the play calling, and if they let him throw it, or if they run it again. But I think Tennessee's going to win that in a close one. I think Tennessee by 3.
Yeah, no, I agree.
3?
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said 30.
Yeah, in a close one.
I think this would be Ryan Day's signature coach win, first win in the playoffs.
That's the other thing I was just about to say. But does Ryan Day have what it takes? At some point, you have to disregard every player on the team and only think about Ryan Day.
Well, but you could ask the same question about Tennessee.
Well, who's Tennessee's coach? I feel like an idiot for not
Josh Heupel.
Yeah, Heupel, however you say it.
I don't feel like an idiot anymore. I have no idea who that is.
He played at Oklahoma as a quarterback, and he was Oklahoma's offensive coordinator when they won the Natty in like '99 or whatever.
Huey Heimlich?
Josh Heupel.
Oh.
Huey Heimlich?
Josh Stifle?
Heupel with an H.
Heupel. Okay. Never mind. I got it. Does he have struggle or does he struggle winning games?
He just has a Huey Heimlich. Huey Heimlich. It's not that he struggles winning games. It's I haven't seen he hasn't won on the big stage yet. You know, that's all. That's obviously the
fair.
But to be fair about Ryan Day, the only team that he does struggle with is Michigan. He's beaten everybody else, and he kills everybody else. Even when they play Georgia. Let's be honest.
The SEC.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It ain't his fault that they didn't beat Georgia. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Because they should have won that
That's
game.
not Ryan Day's fault. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have won that game, if we're all being honest.
All right,
we'll see.
You wanna jump over to the underdog fantasy and then we'll close them out?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna see if I can screen share again.
Bryce, you gotta lock in, dude. We're about to release the underdog parlay picks.
Yeah, Bryce, you're welcome to comment and see what you think about
everyone's been commenting, bro. Thank you for the bits. Thanks for the subs.
Thank you for the 50 subs.
Thanks for the 50 gifts.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Can y'all see my screen? We chilling?
Not yet.
No, I cannot see it.
I gotta put it in the stream. Hold on. My fault. Dude, my computer's about to explode.
Yeah, my phone's like the surface of the sun at this point.
Okay, so we're gonna pivot over to NFL games because this is what the college football picks look like. And to be honest with you, I don't know who Bryson Daly is.
That's Army's
the
quarterback. He's the one that
quarterback.
leads
It's
the
the
league in
quarterback.
rushing and touchdowns.
I get it, but it's like I don't know. I haven't watched enough Army football to make a.
Yeah. Fair.
Wait.
Maybe
What's his
not.
over? What's his over on the yards? Rushing.
124 and a half rushing.
125?
I would hit it.
That's
I would
crazy.
take the over.
No.
way.
No.
Do y'all not know what his rushing stats are?
I don't care, dude. That's like a million yards.
Not happening.
It's
Okay.
124.
We're betting $5 because
How many picks we doing here?
We're gonna do 5 picks.
Five picks, okay. I think Stroud over
So-
over 1.5 touchdowns. That's
I'll take that too. That's a great pick. My computer will load. Jeez Louise. You think Devon A-Chain jumps in there for a touchdown? I feel that's pretty straight.
Peyton's the guy to ask about the touchdowns, like the actual skill position touchdowns. He always gets those right.
Who are we talking about touchdown?
He's
Devon
asking
A-Chain.
about things.
Who do they play?
Excuse me, a chain.
Who do they play?
Houston. Miami at Houston.
Devon A-Chain gets a touchdown.
Okay.
Is there not any? That's stupid. There's not a boost for that pick.
Yeah, that's weird.
Guess that means
Dude,
it's
Robert Woods getting a receiving touchdown is a 5.72 boost.
There's a
He's
reason.
probably
why.
dead though. That's probably what?
Yeah, he's probably retired and he didn't even play anymore. So if he gets a touchdown,
Yeah, I was
it's gonna be
about to say.
God.
Jeez. All right, I want to get to some different games. I don't care about Miami right now.
Yeah, I didn't know that they did all this for.
Do sort by game.
Sort by game.
Yeah, go to collapse all. It's right there under higher or lower.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Green Bay. Let's see. Chicago, Minnesota is intriguing. In Atlanta at Las Vegas, I think we need to throw Brock Bowers in there somewhere. Am I tripping?
For sure.
Well, I don't know.
Go ahead and hammer the lower on Kirk Cousins' passing yards.
And the over on
God,
his
I'm sorry.
interceptions.
No. God, no. I don't
It would
think he's gonna play that bad. I don't think Kirk's gonna play that bad, to be honest
Because
with
he's
you.
playing a terrible. Wait, who
Cool
did they
job.
play last week?
I'm taking Brock Bowers higher than 63.5 receiving yards. That's
I
money.
like that. I'm all right with that.
You want to go to? Let's see. We got. Oh yeah. By the way, all these picks are brought to you by Bet the House. So
There you go. We're probably not.
this
as
is
good
not
as them.
gambling advice. We're not giving advice. Tampa Bay Chargers, Pittsburgh, Philly. I feel like Saquon wouldn't be a bad idea.
Go
Put some money on
Philly,
Saquon.
and whatever AJ Brown is, we got to take higher after everything that they've talked about this week about him.
Well, that's what they said
Really?
about Deebo Samuel. Look at him.
Dude, I
Okay,
took
but
him out of my
Debo,
lineup in
also
fantasy.
Peyton,
What
since
am I
we're talking
doing?
about this, I want to talk to you, Peyton. Do you remember about this time last year when you were saying Brock Purdy is the greatest? Oh my goodness, give him MVP. And I said, no, he's only good because he has weapons around him. His weapons are now gone, and look at their record. Brock Purdy is nothing more than Jake Fromm.
So
Indeed.
could the same be said about Justin Herbert without Keenan Allen and Mike Williams?
Oh, you mean the team that's like 9-3?
No, last year. I know they had
I
Keenan
just-
Allen last year, but I'm just saying, even with Keenan Allen.
I didn't say that. You know I'm a Chargers fan.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I know how much you like the Chargers and Justin Herbert, but I'm just saying, if you're going to say that about Brock Purdy, then you can't leave Justin Herbert out of the conversation or I'm trying to think of somebody else. That's really the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Peyton, Herbert, 14 touchdowns, 1 pick. One
Right now?
interception. Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Brock Purdy, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Look, I understand one went in like top 5, and the other was literally the last pick. But you can't hate the storyline, and I just feel like you just hate the storyline.
We'll talk about this later. James is trying. We need to help James out here.
What is this? Kansas City
I jumped over to Kansas City
versus the
and
Browns.
The Browns.
Go ahead and take over on
Brownies.
picks for Jameis.
You can't.
Over on picks.
Bro, I like Jameis, bro. I don't want to bet on Jameis to get it.
The Lord has not delivered him from interceptions, but from pick sixes.
Oh my God.
I saw that.
Dude, 1.5 first quarter rushing yards, 0.5.
Who? Jameis?
Yeah.
First quarter?
Does that include sacks?
Yes. No, NFL doesn't include sacks. That's crazy.
Then I mean, I would say do it. I mean, that's one. It's just gotta happen one time.
1.5 or 0.5 interceptions. What do we think? He's gonna throw a pick? It's Kansas City.
Jameis Winston, absolutely.
Okay. Look at this lineup. This lineup is ridiculous. So we have CJ Stroud going over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Is Nico back yet, though?
It doesn't matter. Miami's defense is terrible.
Well, okay, but is CJ? I don't know. I don't think he's going to throw for 2.
Dude, he's throwing.
So you think I should go lower?
No, James. I'm telling you, that's my pick. I'm saying higher.
I think most of Houston's score is going to come from Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon's going to get a receiving touchdown, dude.
Okay, maybe. But if Nico's not back, Stephon Diggs isn't back, you have to rely on Dalton Schultz and Tank Dell and Noah Brown if he's even still there. I think he's with the Commanders now.
Dude, he's throwing for
listening
2.
to this. This sounds like a flex play the way y'all are talking about this. Sounds like a flex play. Actually,
James, this is the first red zone parlay. We're not flexing.
Yeah, we gotta go balls to the wall. Fuck it. Standard pick. Win $111. Dude.
First ever.
What a donation. An hour. We make $111 in 1 hour. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
And all it costs you is $5? Dude, send that thing because you want to quit screen sharing before you have to confirm.
What?
You might want to quit screen sharing before you have to confirm the 3 digits on the back of the card.
Yeah, before everybody gets to see my bank account information.
Just ruins the entire stream right now.
Oh God. Okay. So I'm gonna lock these in. Remove that. We're gonna go ahead and lock these.
Once you submit it, though, you got to put it back on the screen just for confirmation that you submitted it.
I will. You ready? Submitted. Confirmation submitted. Look at that lineup, guys. Our first red zone parlay.
If that hits, we're going to get some viewers.
Yeah. This is going to get clipped. Thanks, Bryce.
Yeah, social media manager Bryce is going to make sure this is on TikTok next week.
Thank God.
Right, Bryce? Well, all right.
So that was the show. We did 2 hours.
That's actually pretty impressive. I didn't think we were going to go for that long.
Yeah, I mean, that's how most podcasts. Peyton, what do you do? Peyton made a weird look, bro. I'm not going to lie.
What's going on?
Peyton.
I don't know. I just didn't think it would.
No, what is it?
I didn't think it would carry on for this long.
Oh, okay.
Dude, this is what I mean though, is like you just sit here and talk.
Yeah, that was good. Most podcasts are about that long. Most podcasts are about this long. I think this was a pretty successful first episode.
Yeah,
once we blow up, though, we'll have a better setup.
Hey,
yeah.
All we have to do is get Tyler Warren on here and we're golden.
Is that Bowling Green or is that Penn State?
No,
Penn State.
the Barney's friend.
Oh, okay.
If we can get Tyler Warren on here, we'll be straight.
Hopefully I can get a desk before that happens.
You get what?
A desk, so I'm not sitting on my bed, propping my phone up on my blanket.
That's fair.
All right,
But-
guys. Well, we're gonna head out and go jump on the sticks. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for joining us on the Red Zone podcast.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
See you,
Deuces.
everybody.
Let's go.
Till next time.